Today I'm going to show you one of the most complete toolboxes on the market and, of course, with a lifetime warranty. That's right, you heard it right, a lifetime warranty. I don't think there are many brands on the market that give you a lifetime warranty, that is, a warranty forever. So, as long as you have the toolbox, you'll have the warranty. And, of course, obviously, it won't cover you if you decide to do something wrong with the tool, right? Use it incorrectly, right? Because this lifetime warranty doesn't cover it. When you misuse it, an example of misuse is when you use the wrench to apply torque, right? Or to tighten a screw and use a gigantic pipe to be able to apply much more torque. But I'm going to show you the box. It's a complete box and it has a great price on the market. This little box here that you see is from the SATA brand. As you can see, it's one of the most well-known brands on the market, okay? It's been around for many years. And the model is the 09510L, okay? So, I'm going to show you. I looked a lot, and I didn't see many people showing and making a really high-quality video of these tools, showing everything about these tools perfectly. In fact, one of the things I liked most about this box is that this part here is rubberized and the part with the clips on the top and sides are very well reinforced. So, let's go. I'm going to show you everything about this toolbox up close so you can get to know it. Well, what do you see here? This is the box. Here it has this part on top that is very rubberized. It's very good. I'm going to show you now. I'm going to open it. It's a very large box and it has both a locking system on the sides here, look, and it also has a locking system on the front, okay? So it also has a locking system here to close it. So, let's go, let's see what everything is inside, right? And see the quality and why. This is one of the brands that people look for the most, that people want the most, and it has a great cost-benefit ratio. In my opinion, I used to work with another toolbox, but this one has everything that I had in my other one and more, okay? So let's go ahead and open it up at the top, okay? There's something 100% exclusive here that I thought was really cool, and that's because it has a little padlock. So, if you're going to use it for some job or somewhere, you can take the whole toolbox with you. If you don't need it, you can turn the padlock to the side to open it, to release it. And then you come from behind, pull it, and just this kit comes out in your hand. So you don't need to take the whole box. If necessary, you can take just this one. One of the things that I've always had a problem with, right, in toolboxes, is that the tool fitting here is usually very tight, so it's hard to put it in. And because it was so tight in many toolboxes, what happened was that I started to ruin the teeth, right? And then in that case it stopped having this thing of holding, right? So I opened the box, the tools fell out and so on. But this one doesn't, so much so that you can see the quality. Look, all of them come with the word SATA written on them, okay? So you can see, all the tools are chrome vinyl. SATA quality is a 10, okay? A 10 indeed. This is already one of the differences here in this toolbox. Calm down, it doesn't just have this top part, it has the bottom part too. So, put it here, lock it, solve. Here it comes with 3 sets of 3 wrenches, right, that are combined. And here on this side we have the 8, the 10, the 12, the 13, the 17, the 19, with each side being a different size. But what is the big difference here? We have one of the coolest pieces of technology that comes in this box, which are the keys that are ratcheted here at the end. So, tightening a screw is much simpler, because you don't have to keep fitting it into the screw. It turns. Then you take it out, fit the screw back in, turn it and take it out. So it's already ratcheted. Look, here in this part it turns automatically. Many people are already familiar with this system and many people are not, right? A system that has only been on the market for a short time, but it's really cool. And it also has a lot of teeth, right? It has more teeth than other ratchets. So, with a small space you can already move it, right? In those places where you don't have much space to move the key to the sides, you can already tighten it because it has a larger number of teeth. So it's much easier in a small space where you have a little to move, you can already tighten it, right? Tighten or loosen it. So it comes with 3 in this ratchet style, okay? Remember 8 and 10, 12, 13, 17, 19. Perfect. Here we have some others. Show you their quality. Quality is 10. They all come with the writing here, look, written okay? As you can see, the number is marked, the number is also marked, okay? This number here is exactly the same number as this one, so if you lose it, you can buy just this one, so you won't lose your box. If you lose a single piece, you can buy just this one. And it has this brand new part here, right? This part here, just for when your hand is covered in oil or your hand is, like, with something that will make your hand slip, right? So that you can have traction, okay? So, it has exactly this here, these little marks here, just so that you have traction and it doesn't slip out of your hand. Here we have number 10, from number 4 to 9, the smallest ones. Then comes from 10 to 15 and then from 10 to 19, which are the largest, okay. Here, get it for you. Here the interior finish is also very nice. Its interior finish is a 10, look, very good. Here, as you can see, look, it says 19, right? Its size and its code. Just in case you lose it, you can buy just it and replace it in your kit so that your kit doesn't get empty. Passing by, now we have the bottom part here that I'm going to show you that it comes covered. So, let me lower it here so you can see the bottom part, so you can see everything that's inside here. So, we lift it up here and here we have our second area here, right, which has a lot more stuff. So, here we'll start with the turnstiles. So, there's a ratchet here, right, a tiny one. This one here is a very tiny ratchet, very cute. Quality is top notch, as you can see. I like that it doesn't have that rubber part here on the back, okay? Because that rubber part, in my opinion, in my other box, what I noticed and I really regretted that I didn't like it not being made of metal, even though it's better, right, in terms of not slipping the key from your hand, is that those that are made of rubber here on the back, over time, with your hand covered in oil, dirt, and stuff, the rubber starts to get impregnated and then we can't clean the rubber that's here on the bottom of the key. Now, this one here, the cool thing is that since it's all metal, you just need to take a cloth with isopropyl alcohol, wipe it here, and it will always be clean, okay? And it won't get dirty, right? The rubber ones on the back get dirty and you can't clean them. And here it is also very soft. I don't know if you can hear the noise, look, it is very soft. It fits perfectly, okay, in the sockets. So, we have a small one here, we have an intermediate one here, which would be this one. Put the two here so you can see the difference in size. We have an intermediate one and we have the big one, right? So, it would be a 1/4 and there is this one here that is 1/2 inch, which is the big one, the one that people use the most, right? The one that people are most familiar with, which I also thought was a 10. The quality is very good, the tool is very nice. And as I said, since this is made of metal, I liked it because it doesn't collect dirt in that rubber part, okay? So, very good. It also makes very little noise, not too loud. Here it has a very good finish. There is also an option, look, for you to leave it here in the middle and have it free, see? It turns freely to both sides, okay? So, if you leave it in the middle, it turns freely to both sides. To one side, it turns into a ratchet and to the other it reverses. It turns into reverse, right? And that's it. So, it's very, very pretty too. It comes with the part number marked, just in case you lost it, you can buy it alone. Here on the bottom of these tools, right? If we take them out of here, we have a set here that is also very pretty, very well finished indeed, okay? We have here DA 5, DA 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 and 10, okay. So it's not completely sequential, it skips some numbers, but its finish is very pretty, it's very good. We can see the quality of the product here. All the keys are marked here on the side, look. All the keys come with a clear marking on the side, 10 mm. So this won't come off at all, it won't fade, it won't get dirty to the point where you can't see it anymore. The markings are very deep. So this is of extreme quality and will really last forever, okay? And one of the things I wanted to tell you about the ratchets, right? I saw some tests on the internet of this 1/2 inch ratchet from SATA, which is this largest area, by a guy who put it in, clamped this part here in a vise, right? This part in the vise, he put one of those machines that puts pressure on it to see how much pressure it could withstand, right, in kilos. And it arrived, it broke, right, this part here after half a ton of pressure on it. So, in other words, if you don't use that cable to extend it here, you won't be able to break this key because it can withstand practically half a ton in the test I saw, right? So, you're never going to tighten a half-ton wrench, right? You're not going to use 500 kilograms to tighten it, right? You're not going to apply a 500 kilograms force without a lever here with your hand. You won't be able to do it. So, it's really well developed precisely to withstand a lot, but much more than the force that a person would be able to actually break the wrench, okay? So, just put a gigantic bar here at the back to apply more force, so you can break a wrench like that. So, yeah, SATA has already made a tool to withstand much more than the force that a person could exert, okay? Going by that, we have here, right, all the sockets. So, we have them in this format, which is the common format that everyone uses, okay? They also have this little part here for better grip, okay? So you can hold it and it doesn't slip out of your hand. It has numbers from number 4 to number 13, okay? Which you'll use on the tiny wrench. So you'll use all of these on the smallest wrench, okay? You won't use them on the medium or the large one. So here, from 4 to 13, on the small wrench for small spaces. Then you'll have the intermediate wrench from 9 to 19. So from 9 to 19, you'll be able to use this intermediate wrench here, okay? Which isn't a giant half-inch wrench. And then after this one from 9 to 19, you'll jump to the half-inch wrench. Really, the inch wrenches on this side, right? But then you'll use these gigantic ones here, look, which you'll really use half-inch wrenches. For example, this one here is a 32-inch wrench, see? So it's quite big. Actually, 32 inches, I didn't say anything stupid, but it's quite big. And here you can already fit it on the half-inch wrench, which is big, see? So, very good finish. Internal finish, perfect, okay? No burrs, no burrs. The top is rounded, and the back is also perfect. Perfect fit and grip, it doesn't come loose at all, okay? Very good indeed. And then, moving on, right? Of these big ones, we have sizes 20 to 32. Then we have these black ones here. These ones that are black, I don't know if you noticed, these ones that are black, they are for impact wrenches, okay? So, for those who are in the workshop and use those air impact wrenches, or even nowadays we already have electric wrenches, right? Impact wrenches that can give 200, 300, 400, 500 newtons of torque there. These ones can already withstand the impact, okay? So this box it comes with both the ones for use on the ratchet, as well as these black ones here for you to use on the impact, okay? So it comes in the sizes that people use the most, which is 17, which is this one here. It also comes in size 19 for impact wrenches. It also comes in size 21 and size 23. They all come with the inscription SATA. The size, the part number, and here it is also written nicely, okay. And all of them with a super finish, look. After that, we will have the ones in inches, right? So it comes with all the markings, the whole box comes with markings. I'm going to show you all of this up close. Let me show you up close right now so you can take a look. Hold on. Look, as you can see here on the little one, you will have sizes 4 to 13, okay? All the numbers on the pretty box, everything in the correct size. So it's really easy there. There's no way to fit one in place of the other, because the fit is really made in the perfect size. Here we have this intermediate one here, right? Intermediate size from number 9 to number 19, right? And then after the half key, which is the big one, here we will have sizes up to 32. And as I showed you, look, the impact ones are these ones here, which are black, okay? So there are 4 black impact soquis, which you will have 17, 19, 21 and 23, okay? And of the non-impact ones, you will have sizes 20 to 32. Going around there, on this side here are the ones in inches. So, 532, 3.16, 732 and so on. So you will have several and several and several here, okay? Of various sizes. So there is even the largest size here, which is 1 by 1/4, which here is the largest of all, which would be more or less the size, right, of a 32. Look, if you look at the 32 and this one, they are practically the same size. What really changes, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's the internal teeth, okay. And the size too, right? Since this one here is normal and this one here is in inches, that's going to change, right? And the finish, as I told you, is very good. Well, here we also have spark plug wrenches. So, this one here is 16 and 21, both are for car spark plugs. I'll show you the quality here, okay? You'll use this one on the smaller ratchet, if I'm not mistaken. Let me confirm here. No, you'll use it on the intermediate ratchet, you'll use it together with this one. And here inside, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, let me see if I can shine the light. Inside, at the bottom, it has the rubber thing, right, which is exactly the rubber that's inside to hold the spark plug, so that it doesn't fall out, it has a good grip, right? So that you can pull the spark plug from inside there in the engine part, right, where the spark plug is housed. So it has a little rubber band inside it just to grip it and let you pull it. So you have it in size 16 and size 21, okay? Here, look, there's the rubber band inside it. After this one, we'll have this other model here. I don't know the name of this model, I don't know everything either, okay? But here we have the E8, the E10, the E11, 12, 14, 16, 18 and 20, okay? No, we have this other model here too. I don't know it, I don't know that much about it. Moving on, we'll also have the common bits here, right? And slotted and Phillips. So, we have a few types, very good quality. If you look here, look, in my hand, you'll see that the finish is really very good, okay? And you'll use them directly on the keys here. So, finish is 10. And they don't come off here, okay, from the socket, they stay stuck here all the time. They will be placed here precisely so that they cannot be removed. So you come here with this one, it is a PZ1, okay? This one is a PZ2, probably that. And this one is a PZ3, most likely, that's it, PZ3. After that, we will have the slots here, right, as you can see here too, finish grade 10. Next, we will have the TORs here, right? I always confuse Torx and the other model, but here, if I'm not mistaken, it is torque. So we have the T20, it would be T20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55 and the last 160, okay? And the finish is really very good. Look, you can see, the finish is really very good. Let me get a bigger one so it will be easier for you to see. Look, perfect finish, both inside and out. And here we have the smaller ones, right, which would be 3, 4, which are also other models, right? And here we also have these ones here, look. So, this one here is a PD2, okay? It's another model. So, very, very good. Its quality is very good. And finally, right, there are the extensions that are used, which are also normally used for places that are more difficult to access. So, here we have the half-inch one. Remember that this one here is oval here in this part. It has a half oval here precisely so that you can fit it in places that are more difficult to access, right? To have mobility. And one of the things that I also think is cool is that it has this part here, right? Precisely for when your hand is covered in oil or your hand has something that doesn't allow you to have a good grip on the wrench here. This part here helps because it doesn't let your hand slip like the normal part, right? Remember that they are all made of chrome vanadium, and they all have the brand name written on them, SATA, okay? And they always have the model code. If you lose them, you can buy them and replace them in your toolbox. Then we have this one here, the small one, right? Both are half-sized. Then we have these heads here that are movable, right, for hard to reach places. So you can move them, okay? Since I searched a lot on the internet, I didn't see any videos showing each tool in detail. I know it's a longer video, but it's a very complete video that many people haven't done. There's also the small one here, look, which I also thought was cool. So, there are 3 here, right? There's this one and this one, that's the half-sized one. This one, and where's this one? And this one is the normal one, right? The intermediate one. This one is the small one, okay? I forgot to show that we also have the socket option, right? The little ones, right? Not the socket, the torque wrenches too, but there was a smaller variety. But their finish is very good, as you can see here in my hand. Finishing is really a 10, okay? But there is a smaller variety, a lot smaller variety. And you use here, right, the SATA wrench that comes with it. It's not one of those super soft rubber ones, precisely so it doesn't pick up too much dirt, right, and it's not difficult to clean. Everything in the kit here is made of chrome vana, so it's a very high quality steel, okay? With treatment. And here, right, to use it with the bits, you use this one here, take it, grab the wrench here, hook it here on the tip, look. And then you can take the little bits and fit them all here, okay? In fact, you can use this wrench together with the one in the little kit, okay? So, a very complete toolbox. And to complement this whole kit here, there's another kit, okay? I'm going to show you here. So, let me close it here and I'm going to show you here the kit that would be the complementary kit for it, okay? Complementary to this box that many people will probably need, which is its smaller sister, right? So this one here is its smaller sister. So this one here is a SATA 09327. Look at the difference in size. The difference in size is quite big, but it comes with some tools that complement this box here. Its quality is also very good, okay? The construction of the box is very good. They all have little feet so it can stand up. It doesn't wobble on the floor, so the box doesn't fall over, which is an important thing. We open it here and let's see what's in it. Well, opening it here we'll already have, right, the little sockets so you can fit it. So, there are 2 sizes, okay? Let me take it out of here so you can see it up close. There's already the socket here so you can fit it too. All SATA 516 registration. Everything is nice. It fits perfectly here in the case, okay? Really perfect. And here we will have, right, the torques, right, there we have a greater variety, because in this big one we don't have that much variety. So here we will have a torque here T20, 25, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, and we will have this range here. With this here you can disassemble almost anything you can imagine in terms of torque, right? It's very difficult for you to use a torque much higher than this. So here we have HW4, HW5, C, right? And then it goes in sequence, right? It comes up to 8, then it skips 9, comes 10. If I'm not mistaken, I think 9 doesn't exist. And from 10 it goes to 12, okay? Just so you know. Here too, right? What is very used M10? Okay, so take it out here so you can take a look at the finish. M10, look, it's clearly described here. Let me see if I can shine it under the light here so you can take a look. Look, it says SATA. Its number is S2M10, okay? Also, look, the quality is very, very good and the finish is very good. So, fit it back here. This one here is actually a little harder to fit. So we have here, look, the M5, the M6, the M8, the M10, the M12, okay, in the smaller size. So you have the M10 in the tiny size and the M10 in the giant size, okay? So it depends on what you're going to use it for, you use one or the other. And the M12 also comes in the tiny size and the large size, okay? After what I showed you here, right? Here are the longer ones, right? Which are for accessing places that are further away, right? It's further inside, so you can't easily access it with a small one like this one. So you can access it with this one that's bigger. So here we have the torque wrenches T20, 25, 27, 30, 40, 45, 50, 53, 55. And then the HW starts, right? And remember that, for example, this M12 one is often used to remove the steering wheel of a car, okay? So the M12 is often used to remove the steering wheel. Yes, there are other wrenches that are used for other areas of the car's engine as well. But this kit here complements this big kit down here. And its locking system is also very different, look. It has this little washer here on the side. When you fit it in here, this washer pops out and opens. As you can see, look, here it has this little washer that opens, right? And the little ball pops out here. Let me see if I can put it in with just one hand so you can take a look. Oh, let me get it. Let me get this one, look. Then we come here, fit it, push it. When we push it, look, you see that the washer is more open, look. Here at this point it is more open and here it has a little gap, see, look. Precisely because it is well locked here and it will not come loose at all, and then later to take it out with just two hands. I can't take it out with just one hand, okay? It is very locked, really. So this is one of the cool things, right, that it has to be like this. It has to be well locked so that these parts don't fall out here, right, inside the engine or falling in other places around the car, falling into the engine compartment, because it is not well fitted. So that's it, these here are the two boxes. I will leave the link for you in the description of the model of the two boxes. So I will show you here, look, lastly. This little one here, its model, the little one is the SATA 0932.7, okay? It's not very expensive, it has a great cost benefit. And we have this other one, the SATA 0951OL, okay? I didn't think it was very expensive either because it has a lifetime warranty on the tools. This big box here, you'll find around 1,000 to about 1,000, more or less the price of this big, gigantic box that you saw, okay? So you'll find this gigantic one here for around 1,000 to 1,500. And then this gigantic box here with everything, with all this here, you'll pay around 11,000, right? Remembering that you have a practically lifetime warranty. So,
Fluxos automatizados sem uma única linha de código. Com a implantação em clique da Hostinger, você tem controle total do seu N8N.
So, I hope I've shown you here in great detail, because many people haven't shown all this in such detail. There will be more SATA tools that I'll show you here on the channel as well. So, it's not just these two boxes, there will be more that I will receive so that I can show you. And in 2 years I will come back, I will show you how the tools are being used, if the tips have broken, if the keys are being treated here, how everything is going. So, in 2 years I will come back to show you how it turned out. I will leave the link to the two boxes below so that you can buy them and see them too. This box here comes with 150 tools and I don't remember the other one exactly, but I will put it there for you later in the video edit written here below, okay? So that's it, folks. I hope I have answered your questions. I made a very complete video, very long, precisely because no one has made a video showing everything really, right? Step by step, tool by tool, everything nice and neat. I only found people who showed the case from afar, saying, hey, this here, this here, this here, this here, this here, this here, blah blah blah, and didn't really show the quality up close, okay? So I decided to make a video that really showed everything step by step up close for you. And I want you to comment below if you work in the mechanics business, if you are a thief, if you already have a toolbox, how much you paid for your toolbox and of course how many items are in your toolbox, right? I recommend this box, precisely because it is a box that has a lifetime warranty. So, if you use everything correctly, right, don't force the tools beyond the limit that a person can use, right, without making a wrench beyond the wrench itself, it will last forever and if it has any problems, you will be able to activate its lifetime warranty there. And normally, or from what I know, right, from what people say, yes, 2 friends of mine have had a problem, right, a problem with a broken bit or something and either they ask you to send them the broken bit and they return it to you with a brand new one, free of charge. You don't pay for postage, you send it to them using their code and you receive a brand new wrench. And there was a friend of mine who had, I think, 2 of his wrenches that had broken. He made a complaint and the guys sent him an entire box, complete, new, all brand new, okay? So it really is a brand that cares about the customer, really gives a real guarantee and is one of the only ones with a lifetime guarantee, okay? And remember that SATA and Belzer are from the same group, right? So, both SATA and Bell really have extreme quality there for you. So, this is what I recommend to people who really want to have a configuration there, right, of a toolbox that will really last a lifetime. So, comment below if you liked it, if you had already seen this brand, if you already knew it and if for many people, I know it is a dream to be able to acquire a box like this. $1,000 is not that high, but for some people it really can sometimes end up weighing a bit on the pocket, but I highly recommend it. Okay guys, I really liked the quality of it, really. A10, congratulations there.